This thing is being weird. Orientation is locked. Rotate device back. Am I upside down? Oh, this silly thing. Here's me being an old man. Orientation is not locked, you piece of crap. What are you talking about? What a fantastic start. I have no idea if anybody can, if this is even going out, if anybody can hear this or whatever, but today is the first live stream I've ever done from my shed, so that's fun. I've got a notoriously awful internet connection in here, so it'll probably cut and drop and all that fun stuff. So yeah, let's see how we do. So the point of these is, like I said the other day, just to keep myself accountable, I guess, for you know, cleaning up my workshop every Saturday. So I'm just gonna get into it, and if there's anybody here, if anybody watches, anybody does anything, then fantastic, welcome. If not, that's okay too. I'm probably not even going to be in frame most of the time, so you know, fun. I don't know what I'm doing, by the way. 100%. I've got literally my phone and a microphone, and terrible lighting in here. See how we go. So yeah, that sticker is where the name for this came from, Kiridashi Klub. It was based on a saying that John Madden from Wood Dust, no, not even a saying, just something he said funny one day. He said, pencils are for builders, and it just made me laugh. A Kiridashi is, of course, a Japanese marking knife. Yeah, there's t-shirts and merch and stuff with that on it. But yeah, so I'm just going to get to work. It says there's nobody here, so that's all right. I didn't tell anybody. This one's just a tester anyway. I'm going to start putting stuff away. What's right here that I could start with? Got a drill sitting on the bench here for some reason. That goes over there. Yeah, no, this stuff goes here. Back in a second. If anybody shows up now, it's going to be really awkward. There's going to be no one in the frame. I'm okay with it. Charging up the batteries. Wait. I was going to wear a hat. How about that? How about them apples? Okay, so these need to go away. 3, 4, 5. This stuff's all on that side of the room, isn't it? Fun. I have a feeling nothing's going to be actually in the frame today. So, this morning I went down to the hospital and I had some blood drawn, which is always step one of the chemo process. You get some blood drawn a couple days early, and then you know, you go get your chemo, I guess. The reason they draw your blood beforehand is simply because they need to. My grandma's name is Eduardo. All right. Hello, Abuela Eduardo, I guess. That's funny. Yeah, so I gave some blood this morning. Like I mentioned, the reason they draw blood is to check the iron levels in your blood so that it's safe to continue. It might not be, so who knows. Yeah, that's fun. The next step tomorrow is to shave off all of my chest hair because they like to tape stuff to you afterwards, but that'll be a tomorrow problem. Yeah, like I was saying earlier before anybody got here, the whole point of these is literally just to clean up my workshop. So it's not going to be particularly exciting viewing, but this is mostly just to keep me accountable. Do you have cancer? I do, yes. I have stage 4 colorectal cancer. I am, yeah, going to have cancer for the rest of my life. Thank you for asking. Tomorrow's the first of the second round of chemo. It's been a year since my diagnosis. I just put out a channel on it. I put out a video on it on my channel yesterday, I think. Thanks, man. That's nice. Okay. I gotta stop looking at that. I'm never gonna get anything cleaned. Okay. What goes where? That. go away. Do 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 do. Take there. So yeah, one of the things I'm worried about with this particular round of chemo, they are adding a new thing to the mix this time around. It's something that inhibits the, I don't know, transmission, I guess, of the cells, which is kind of fun. This is the Kiridashi that inspired the name Kiridashi Klub, by the way. I forget what the medication is called, but, you know, I guess we'll find out what it does to me, how it reacts to things. I still haven't found a home for these guys yet. One day I'll do that. I'll just plunk them right here for now. So the camera is in a very awkward and weird spot, you'll see. And it's going to stay there forever because that is literally the only place in my shed where I can get an internet connection. So you're going to see a lot of just, you know, man tits, I guess. Can one say man tits? Hi, how you doing? I'm doing great. Bradley, how are you doing? Yeah, okay, I'll just leave the pins in there. This guy, by the way, grand champion of the universe. If you don't have a 23 gauge brad nailer, I highly recommend it. They're incredible for so many things. Do. Leaving the shot again. Look at me go. What a professional. Day one and already I'm bored of watching this. Okay. That goes there. Ooh, that does not go there. It tried to fall down. Okay. Ooh, there's my little belty pouch thing. I'm missing a pencil. Where is my pencil? Gotta stop putting stuff down just randomly. He says while putting stuff down just randomly. There's my pencil. So eventually, if there's enough kind of interest in this thing and people actually care and it's worth the expense of updating some stuff, I do have some gear earmarked that'll help me do several cameras, probably 3 different camera feeds, and one I'll carry around with me and one I'll do like a wide shot and whatnot. But for now, it didn't seem to make sense to spend that, I don't know, $1,000-ish for that setup. Given that, you know, cash is fairly tight because my guts are trying to eat me alive from the inside out. Hey, Chris, how you doing, man? I've got something for you. We should talk later. Potentially, could be useful for your table saw setup. I saw your pictures. Excuse me. I thought of you. Thought of something that might be handy. We'll talk. Yeah. Keep cleaning. Don't sit down for too long. Can't stop. Clowns will eat me. You guys bored yet? One of the other things I need to look into when I'm trying to figure out how to do this stuff for real is to be able to figure out a way to see comments and stuff when I'm nowhere near the phone, because this is actually kind of annoying. People are saying stuff maybe. I have no idea. Let's see. While I get going, while I'm playing with my toys, I know there's like 3 of you in here, but if you don't know this guy, he made me this. He is an absolute legend. Go check out this channel. Anthony's incredibly clever. I love this guy. I'd give him one of my kidneys if it wasn't now technically toxic and would kill him. Give me a call when you can. Sounds good, Chris? Yeah. This guy, Anthony Paddock, Barber's Paddock. No, Anthony Lamb, sorry, Barber's Paddock. Okay. Actually, going back to what I was talking about with the camera setup, if anybody's got an idea for a rig that makes sense and doesn't cost a ton of money, that would be very handy. What I'm looking at is the Livecaster by Roland. And you can just use phones and connect wirelessly and stuff, so that seemed like a cool idea. My current setup is very basic. I've got a stereo Rode. You can see this one here, stereo Rode Go, and the other one is kind of clever, actually. I kind of like this. I can move this wherever. That makes me kind of happy. Yeah. So, yeah, there's that. Let's see, what do we got? Trying to clean everything in a way that makes some kind of sense, and it really just doesn't. I can't get my timber rack. That's fun. Let's put those back. But that is where that goes. So if you guys have been watching any of my stuff over on Instagram lately, I made a stool not too long ago out of pallet wood, just prototype, just smashed it all together. It's kind of slick. I kind of like it. It's called the mirror stool. Like, you can get at every single screw without having to be clever about anything. And I was going to take two of them and put something in between them and stack them up like a bar stool. But then I figured if I just flip one upside down, it makes a bar stool on its own, and now I have two very conveniently. So that's what I keep sitting on. Hey, great to see you live. Thought I'd miss it because I'm normally at Kids Sport, Melbourne, weather, something. Sweet. Yeah, man. How you doing, Vince? Yeah. Yeah, so this stool idea is pretty clever. That book, which is called Hammer and Nail by Eric something or other, it's very helpful, is very interesting. I'm not particularly a fan of any of the furniture in it, other than maybe this stool, but it's a really clever way to think about making things. If I was organized, I would have brought that book with me, but, you know, organized. Who does that? All right. Does everybody else, including myself, seem to have a giant bucket of random extraction components? If anybody needs anything, you let me know, yeah? I seem to have taken half the showroom from Timbukon home over the years. Most of it I paid for, too. Maybe not full price. Magnets, baby. Well, I'm weirdly nervous, man. I'm just some dude in his shed, but this camera makes things a bit nerve-wracking. It's weird. I have a bunch. Yeah. Well, the reason I end up with so many extra components is that I buy parts for everything that I think about doing when I think about changing all of my setups, and then I don't actually look without looking beforehand at what I've already got. So I've got, 500 blast gates now, and I don't like them because Anthony from Barber's Paddock and I designed a really cool one. But yeah, it's nuts. It doesn't ever stop. Oh, this pile of keychains. What happened to the... Oh, yeah. Yeah. That goes there. Where does that go? That goes down there. Hammer. If I had a hammer. Where the hell does this hammer go? Oh, yeah. On the hammer rack. That makes sense. Yeah. So, I mentioned a blast gate that Anthony Lemon and I kind of designed together. And look at this monstrosity. It was bolted to something else, and I took it apart and redirected some stuff. But it's pretty dang cool, I think. Right? And then it goes down into this double thingo and then clicks onto something. So it's kind of like a manifold. Oh, I'm getting sawdust in my coffee. Why did I think an open cup was a good idea? It's all right. Doctor said I need more fiber anyway. Whew. I don't think most of it's... I don't think too much of this dust is MDF. We'll see how we go. And I was trying to figure out where the cancer came from. Too soon? This is great, because I'm actually in my shed doing the same thing. Nice. Yeah, man. That was kind of the main thought of this, really. It was just like, let's all clean our workshops together. Listen to me prattle on about random crap. Show you my fun toys. Because I'm an excited child. Like everybody else, I guess, that does this stuff. Whew. I am winded. That's a garbage can. I don't need to worry about that. Oh, look at that, more extraction components. Here's the lid to that. One of these days, I need to figure out how to get a better internet connection in here so I can actually put the camera somewhere else, right? Like the reason it's right here is because I'm in front of a window here. And right next to this window is the only place I can get an internet connection that's even remotely any good. I don't know what this feed is looking like or if it's dropping out constantly or what, but it's a nightmare. It's a Faraday cage in here. I couldn't use my CNC in here when I had it because all the software is browser based and I can't get an internet signal out here. It's just bloody annoying. This tin shed is an absurd Faraday cage, which is kind of good. You know, nobody can call me or text me when I'm working, which is fantastic. Okay. Speaking of which, there's a lot of garbage on my floor. Hey, where's the pouch for this? Uh-oh. This is actually really kind of fun. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh. Oh no, I just dropped my cock on the floor. Random thing I made forever ago. Feed's perfect. Sweet. You're sideways. I'm sideways? Like landscape or portrait, Chris? I'm sideways. What is with this thing, man? I'm sideways. I love it. Portrait. That is not how... and I don't think I can change it while it's running. Let's find out what happens if I push this button. I might say goodbye. It might kick me out. What's that do? Nope, that's not the button I want. Eh. Oh, this whole time I've been sideways. I'm a professional. So I should put it like that then. Does that make more sense? But now it doesn't fit. Dang it. I really wanted it to be that way. Orientation is locked. Rotate phone other way. No, I can't. What if I do it upside down? How about that? Now I'm upside down? Oh, this is fun. I love the internet. I love technology. I'm a very technologically minded person, clearly. The cable's in the way. That's dumb. Okay, well, shoot. All right, that's something to work on for next time, I guess. At least now I can stand up. But now you guys can't see anything. Okay, so there's, I was talking about this random little leather pouch I made for a pair of shears that I bought years ago. No, this was in a Cool Tool Tuesday, and I took it home instead of getting paid for the video. That's right. But this goes in my back pocket because too many times I've sat on the couch, the button's closed, with scissors in my pocket, back when I used to do more leather stuff, and poked a hole in the couch because, you know, I forgot that was there because, you know, ADHD is a hell of a thing. Okay. Wait, cancer and ADHD? You suck. Another random piece of something you could buy if you ever find yourself at IKEA needing some meatballs. This, I think it's supposed to be a dish rack, is insanely handy for finishing small parts and leaving them somewhere to dry. It's called, God only knows, some random stupid not English word. Doesn't even say. That's amazing. But this dish rack is surprisingly handy. Okay. Riving knife? Who needs a riving knife? It goes down here. Come on. My brain works wonderfully. It's the rest of my guts that are fucked. That's not funny. Clumped onto there. I love that anybody's actually here watching this. It's fantastic. I suppose you're probably just listening to it while doing other things, right? Where do I put these guys? Finally broke down and bought a pair of these. Needed to stand something small up somewhere, and I had nothing to do it with. Put one over here. That makes sense. But where the hell do you... Oh, I know. Did you guys see that? That was me failing an IQ test. Not cool, man. Clamping stuff to the ceiling, because, you know, why not? Just chilling, ready for bed. Suffolk, UK. Right on. Suffolk. I don't know anything about Suffolk. I was trying to think of something. And I kept thinking of Sheffield, I'm sorry. Well, nighty night, Carl, I guess. I don't know what to say. Saying goodnight to a grown man on the internet just sounds creepy and weird, doesn't it? Unless you're talking to yourself, I suppose. But if you're talking to me, I am creepy and weird, so I guess it kind of plays out. Where the hell was I going to put this? I did a short somewhere a million years ago where I was kind of poking fun at Adam Savage a little bit because he's always like bouncing around all over the place doing stupid shit. And the more I think about that, the more I realize that I do exactly the same thing. It's probably why I appreciate that guy so much, you know? It's funny. I am nowhere near the camera anymore. So now all you can do is hear me talk and breathe, which is kind of creepy and gross in a way, I suppose. But I'm okay with it. Oh, I missed. I'm creepy and gross, so it works out. Should I stop with all the self-defecating sense of humor stuff? Is it getting annoying? And some skizzers. It's so funny. When I'm in here by myself, you just hear me probably from outside the shop talking to myself and mumbling at myself. And now I'm all self-conscious about it. Everybody can hear how crazy I am. Although anybody that's actually met me is probably not surprised by the fact that I talk to myself all the time, all day, every day. But, you know, I'm okay with it. According to my analytics, the vast majority of people who look at my stuff who have on here have no idea who I am, which is kind of a hilarious thing to think about. Everybody's probably going, who the is this guy, and what the hell did I just watch? There was a nail somewhere this was hanging on. There you are. You're not crazy? It's farmer's country, really creepy. I just did most shameful cut. Lucky you're not watching me. Oh, come on, dude. Vince, I'm sure you're fine. Except for the fact that you used the wrong your. Tisk, tisk. Oh, is that a busted tooth? No, it's a rusted tooth. That's fun. Speaking of Japanese pull size, this one is beautiful. I love this one. And I don't take care of it nearly as well as I should. But it is stunning, this guy. But it's funny, the one I reach for the most, because I don't care about it at all, is this one by Pony Jorgensen. That, I don't know, I got for nothing, I think. I think it came home as a sample to see if we wanted to bring them in when I was still at Timbicon on the regular. It's all right for flipping burgers, I guess. However, my favorite by far is still this vicious little bastard. I've skinned my knuckles on this thing so many damn times. What's up, Manuela, the Nuggy Hustler in the house? I love them. Just can't get a long straight cut. There are tips and tricks for long straight cuts. It's all about looking at the reflection of the timber in the side of the saw. If it looks like, when you look at the saw sideways, the timber goes straight through, like a straight, continuous, unbroken line, the saw is perfectly straight and square and plumb and flush and blah, 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 blah. Cool, right? And I've also, there's a guy, Vince, what's it, Shoyan? Japanese carpenter, I think, something like that. On here, I've been following him forever. He's like a traditional, that you'd call him a chippy here. You call him a framer back home. He builds timber stick houses, essentially. But he always has traditional chisels and planes and saws and stuff. And watching him cut is actually really quite interesting because he cuts with a very particular rhythm to what he does. It's quite cool. Here's a chunk of something I can cut, I think. Ugh. Nope, it's not coming out. All right, fine. I'll just stick it in the vise as is. Can you see the board? Yeah, you can. Chairman of the board. Sure, what the hell. Let's grab this one because I don't care. When he cuts with a Japanese saw, right, you got to remember which is which, whether you're using the cross side or the rip side, across the street or down it, as it were. He cuts with it like a shuffle pattern. It's really kind of interesting, like the blues, like dun, or jazz, like dun, ga-dun, 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 right? He only puts pressure on the pull and then kind of releases it on the way back up, right? It's really quite cool. Sorry, not set up very well for this, but it's a fantastic way to do it. Check that guy out. He's incredible. I don't know. He really reminds me of my dad in a way, in a lot of ways, you know. Yeah, mainly because he roped his kid in to start working for him. But yeah, he's fantastic. Definitely well worth a sub if you've never heard of him. Anyway, what was I doing? Oh yeah, cleaning the shop. Dang it. Thanks, Vince. I'll watch you before I make my second cut. Oh, don't watch me, man. Go watch Shoyan-san. He's incredible. I have so many random hand tools that I just rarely use. It's so bad, you know. I've got stuff here that I don't think I've ever used, you know. Like this. This seemed like a good idea at the time. For reaming and countersinking, a little hand tool. It's been on a hook since I bought it. But, you know, I got a staff discount. I'm not too worried about it. I wasn't broke yet then. Oi. Da-da-da. So, there's a guy in the feed came in, Manolo, Fresh, whatever the hell he calls himself now. That is my good friend James. We were in a band together a million years ago when we were cool, before we got fat and old. Called the Bon Scots. Fun times. Back when I used to be a drummer. I'm opposite. All my power tools are packed away and I don't want to move the car out of my garage, so I keep... Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Fair enough, man. I'm very much a hybrid woodworker in every way possible. Um, if I'm doing, it's funny. I tend to use the power tools for small stuff more often than the big stuff, um, just because it's easier to move the piece over the cutter rather than the other way around. But yeah, can I get this thing off? I mentioned earlier before anybody got here, I think I had some blood drawn this morning, kind of the first step before the next round of chemo, and they always stick the damn tape into my arm hair. Usually, I got into the habit of shaving the hair off on my on a weird patch through here the last round, but I forgot this morning, and I was kind of in a hurry to get back here to do this. But yeah, so that's fun. I'll leave that off on there until it comes off in the shower, I suppose. But anyway, back to cleaning. Do 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 do. I feel like there should be some background music playing while I'm walking around. Maybe some bit of light jazz, maybe some bossa nova stuff. You know, because nothing says productive time in the workshop like a bunch of heroin addicts going. You know. That reminds. Speaking of which, as much as I make fun of that language sounding like a bunch of drunk people going shiva 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 shiva, love Brazilian culture. I got to get down there one day. I never made it to Brazil in my travels, and it always made me very sad. You know, that never happened. But I guess we could stick it on the bucket list or whatever you want to call it. Where was this gonna go? Dang it. Yeah, well, I'll put it back where it was. What am I doing? Walking around in little circles, that's what I'm doing. I could live there for now, sure. Let's see, how are we doing? Oh, look at that, more extraction components. It just doesn't end. There's piles of this everywhere. Piles and piles and piles. It's like Gomer pile. Look forward to the day I might have a, right? You're still cool, Phil. Not today, man. It's hot in here. Whew. FFS. It's funny because it's like, I don't know, 20 degrees outside. But, you know, my tin shed is always at least 5 to 10 degrees warmer in than out. Also, James, you're pretty cool too, man. You got a pretty cool job. Sweeping the floor off screen. Damn it. More extraction components. I just recently did a big overhaul of all of my extraction stuff. That's why there's parts everywhere. Yeah. And like I said in that video I just put out the other day, I do tend to just walk in, do just enough to move things just enough to get what I need to do done, and then work until I'm too tired to move, and then leave. So there's a lot of just, crap everywhere. Where is that other pouch? This is the problem. I'm always looking around for the shit that I can't find. Like, where did I put down my punch or my tape? It's always a punch and a tape. Where the hell are my punch and my tape? And why aren't they literally in the pouch I bought specifically to hold them? Found the pouch. Half the tools that are supposed to be in it are missing though. Because, Mount Cleverest, I guess. Yeah, I like that. Mount Cleverest. I should use that for something. Nobody steal that, okay? That's mine. Another random tip for you. If you own a brad nailer, buy a pair of nippers. Save your life, man. Save your life. Okay. I think the coffee's wearing off or kicking in. It's hard to tell the difference sometimes. There's my gloves. There's that. I'm not going to clean this. Get fucked. Oh, I was looking for that pen the other day. Sweet. Can never find any of the stuff I'm looking for. Dude. Oh. Oh, fun. It's raining again. Hopefully the roof doesn't leak again this time. Man. Ah. Hello, Persuader. Along the lines of what I was talking about earlier with the Japanese pull saws, how I have really nice fancy ones, but I always end up using the cheap garbage ones. This makes me laugh. I have two stunning mallets from the Danerator himself, Mark Daner. Beautiful guys. This one, obviously my Mjolnir. I added some leather to it for smashing softer stuff without smashing it, if that makes any sense. And this guy for the fine joinery stuff. And 90% of the time, the mallet that I actually use is the good old like Bunnings paint can closer. You know. It is what it is, I guess. We all have those things, right? Those peccadillos. It's one of my all-time favorite words, actually. Peccadillo. Come on. Get in the thing. That's your home. No, it's not. You live up there. Anybody know what this is for? Anybody? I have no idea. Hey, do you think this would be more entertaining if I just shut up and did some work? Paint stuff. What? Anybody need 1,000 googly eyes? Because I do, apparently. That goes in the paint and stuff drawer. Hey, look at that, more caulk. It's just caulk everywhere. Context is important when you've got a different accent, huh? That's actually not, is that caulking? Joint sealant. No, but kinda. You inspired me to get out of bed and go clean my own workshop. See? That's the whole point. Chris, I love that. Vincenzo. I have chisels that I refuse to use because I don't want to have to sharpen them in case I screw them up. 100%, man. 100%. I have a pack of these, of Narex ones. Right? The pack of 4 of them was, I think, $70, $80. I didn't pay that much. Again, you know, I used to work, still work, kind of work on an extended medical leave of absence, I suppose, from Timbukon. But I still got the staff discount. But I bought them on a discounted price. But these set of 4 chisels is like, you know, 6, 12, 26, and I don't know, 20, I think, are the sizes. They have been fantastic for absolutely everything. I've only ever needed to buy one other chisel, and it was for a very task-specific assassination in Bolivia. I mean, job I had to do. This looks like an ice pick, right? Like you just right in the ear, maybe, or the done. Actually, there's probably a million ways to kill somebody in here. I think I might have just incriminated myself. But yeah, so we worry too much about our tools, about using the right tools for the job and getting the fancy tools and the nice stuff, when really all we need to do is follow Mark's advice again. Mark Daner again. Just get started. You know, just start doing shit. Work with what you got and figure it out later. You know, if you're doing like production stuff, like if you do the same thing for 8 hours straight, 600 parts or whatever, then invest in stuff that's going to make it easier. But if you're just doing back shed one-off stuff, just use whatever you got, man. Ryobi's fine. Don't use that Ozito shit. It'll burn down your house. Although, actually, that being said, apparently the Ozito stuff's getting much better than it used to be. So, you know, should probably stop bashing other companies, right? That's probably not very professional, is it? See this little jar? Just so weird. I don't know what the hell I'm doing today. But anyway, the, at Costco you can buy these creme brulees, and they come in these little glass jars that are the perfect size for little one-off, like mixing up epoxies and that kind of stuff. I don't think Azito are struggling, man. Yeah, no shit. The Azito stuff, make them cheap, stack them high. I don't think Azito gives a damn what anybody says about them. You know, they are doing fine. But yeah, these little creme brulee jars are fantastic. There are some things that I just absolutely will keep every single time. These little glass pots are fantastic, and those jars that salsa comes in are the absolute perfect size for mixing up small batches of like tinted oils and stuff. And when you can just screw the lid back on solid when you're done. It's so good. You have to boil them so that they're clean, or else what you're working on might end up smelling like salsa, which is maybe good, maybe bad. I don't know. It's probably going to attract ants or something down the road, which would be no good. Pack of screws. That can go up there. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Stay. Sit. Whew. I should make a timber rack. Get this rolling piece of shit out of the way over here that you guys can't see because, my internet connection only works in one spot. Yeah, I don't know. Can't believe you guys are still hanging out. It's fantastic. It's not been the most entertaining or professional thing ever. But, I'm okay with it. Okay. Now I'm going to be out of frame for a long time, man. Long time. If anybody's still here, I'll be a little bit weirded out by the time I get back. Pliers. More extraction components. Man, sweet. Today's little exercise has a theme. That's nice. Clean up the extraction components. Clean up the extraction components. Clean up the extraction components. Fast cap speed tape. So good. Extraction components. Let's see what else. If you're not aware of the magic that is magnetic trays, you are missing out on life. Everything in here is made of steel, right? So many different kinds of tape. Holy crap, man. A little mixtape going on over here. Snips. Okay. I'm out of coffee. Probably don't need more coffee though, huh? Kind of bouncing off the walls here like an absolute Looney Tune. Down there. Oh, man, I gotta finish this bed so I can get this pile of random crap out of the way. What's in here? Some feet. Is a starbound. Waiting in the I don't know the words anymore. Man. Bowie, come back. Get back into my head. More random shit we should all probably buy. A pair of cabinet jacks of some kind need to be in everybody's workshop. The amount of times I put the wrong size casters on something or put them in somewhere stupid and then had to take everything apart in order to replace them. I just got sick of it, I had to change the casters on my outfeed table, and that thing weighs probably, I don't know, 50 kilos. I've been sat here listening like a creepy weirdo of stuff just because it's a tool shed. I have so many tools, and most have only ever done one job. Right? Oh, my God. Yeah, absolutely. I've got stuff like that. Things I've used for one gig, and then lost the gig, and then still have this massive thing. The dumbest No, not the dumbest, the silliest. I used to have a business where I built and repaired drums and percussion instruments and whatnot. And I had to plug a hole on a bass drum once, and the job paid $100. It's a 20-minute job, whatever. And I had to go out and buy a plug cutter that was a 1-inch plug cutter to do the job, and the plug cutter cost $99. So I made $1 on that gig, and I don't think I've ever used that plug cutter since. Amazing. You know, it's not a lot of money, but still. We all have these moments where we live and we learn, right? Stop on. Oh. Oh God. It's always fun when you watch a live stream and the guy walks off the camera and goes, "Oh God." Usually it's followed by, you know, some band-aids and a trip to the emergency room. But not in this case. It's just more random crap that I don't know where to put and don't want to deal with. More damn extraction components. Bin, I don't need you. I missed the bin. I don't know if you heard that. Yeah, get fucked. I'm not dealing with that. Does anybody know of anybody? I mean, there's only, what, 2 of you here? 3 of you? 4 of you? Hey, sweet. I got used to watching live streams of woodworking masterclass, and Steve rants a lot and walks off screen for long periods of time. I love jobs like that. I hate jobs like that. It drives me crazy. Look at this thing that I built a couple of years ago. Random art, right? But it held all my drills beautifully. You know, right angle drill over here and a thing and you know, all kinds of stuff. But it's incredibly inefficient. One drill here, one drill there, one on the bottom. Yeah, it's fantastic. And now I don't need it. And I've just been shuffling it from one place to the next. If anybody knows anybody that wants a piece of art to hang all their drills in, you know, let me know. Did you guys hear the balls on that guy? Wait, hang on. Did you just say I'm ranting about random stuff? I feel like I'm just talking about stuff. Ranting seems to have a bit of a negative connotation to it. You jerk. That's funny. Okay. Where did those hooks go? There they are. I got a whole bunch of magnetic hooks for my random hat collection. For some reason, if you work in a tool shop, everybody gives you random hats constantly. It's either random hats or weird cheap t-shirts. It's fun. I have a whole drawer full of randomly branded t-shirts. I kind of like some of them. I like there's a micro jig one, I think it is. This is Work Smarter. That makes me laugh. I always seem to be wearing it when I do something stupid on camera. So, you know, the irony is fantastic. Is that ironic? Whatever. The irony seems to be that I use the word irony and not know what it, without knowing what it is. I need a drill. Battery. Now I'm at the part of my day where I start stuffing about with stuff and not actually doing what I came in here to do. It's usually the way it ends up going. Get half the shop clean and be like, ooh, shiny. Let's play with something. You know, that old chestnut. Is that the right size? That's not the right size. That'll do. That'll do, pig. All right, where do I want to hang this? Somewhere that makes sense. Looking for a place to hang a hook for my hearing protection because I keep putting it in stupid random places. I need to put it somewhere that makes some kind of sense. Right there, it works for me. riveting. Or is it drilling? Fired. Listen to me talking to myself. I got a great face for radio. You see, kids, a radio, it's like a podcast. Stole a joke from Craig Ferguson. I love it. A magazine is like a kind of papery blog. Come on, get in there, you son of a bitch. That is so crooked. Oh, I love it. I'm good at this. Yeah, close enough. Now for the fun question. Where did I put the headphones? I was going to hang there. Love it. There we go. I did something productive. Yay! Take it easy, Carl. Thanks for hanging out, dude. My daughter asked me the other day while in the car, why do they call it winding the windows up? Oh, right? Don't even get me started. There was someone mentioned the other day that broke my head, that people would have no idea what to do with a CD, I think it was. Someone didn't know what to do with a CD, and it just broke my head. Like, I don't know. What the? Weird. Who knows, man? Where the hell do I put this? I'll just add it to the pile of stuff to throw out later. Yeah. Everybody has that pile, right? I have several piles. I got one pile of stuff I need to throw out. I got a pile of stuff I need to sell. I got a pile of stuff that's really neat that I want to do something with one day, but God knows what. All these piles are starting to give me piles. Gomer? Apparently that's actually a sign of another kind of warning sign of ADHD stuff, actually. Putting stuff in piles and then moving your piles around. I said to a guy the other day that he looked like the guy from the Polaroid Android music clip, and he had no idea about the song. Nice. When I still worked at the Beast, we had a day where the original chef and I both felt incredibly old. We were talking about our favorite albums from when we were kind of younger, and we were talking about Smells Like Teen Spirit, and how that album was just incredible for so many different reasons. Never mind, not Smells Like Teen Spirit. You know what I mean? That album. And one of the waitresses came in. The bartender came in, sorry, and she was like, "Yeah, that album came out, 2 years before I was born." And we were both like, "Oh God," because she was old enough to legally serve alcohol, and we were like, "Oh God, I want to die now." I didn't say that. Extraction components, get the fuck out of here. It's a big ass block of timber. What the hell am I going to do with that? Those need to go in the garbage pile, although they look handy. That pile. I'm okay with that. This goes over here. Wait, nope. Tilt. Speaking of random references people won't get. The hell does tilt mean? He's a pinball wizard. More production buckets. Fantastic. I wonder if I'll ever get back to the production work. Probably not. I can't imagine standing in front of a sander for 8 hours doing parts while I've got a fairly limited amount of time left. It just seems like a shit way to spend that time. Toolbox, where do you go? Ah! Oh my God, Phil, you're an idiot. That's amazing. You know what? Can't wait till I can move the camera around again and show you guys what stupid crap I do. Maybe I shouldn't look forward to that. Maybe everyone will know I'm a fraud. Who gives a shit if they do? Plastic washers from the... Oh, yeah. More components. What time is it? 10:30. All right, cool. Okay. One day I gotta wipe down surfaces and actually clean shit, but today is not that day. Yikes. Like, what the... Where the hell do I put this? 3 meters of 4-inch hose. Sure. 3? Yeah. Give me a cupboard to stuff this in. Oh, you dummy. Man, I make fun of myself a lot when I'm talking to myself, huh? That's probably not a good thing. Boo-ba-doo-doo. I wish I could have some music playing without, inferring the wrath of the copyright gods. Oh. Maybe I should just play old rehearsal tapes from bands I was in that didn't go anywhere. You hear people swearing and making mistakes. You learn what songs sound like before they're songs. That'd be fun. You might hear someone, I've been feng shuiing the hell of my workshop lately so far. 2 trips to the tip. Amazing how much you right? Dude. Absolutely. It's just tons and tons and tons of crap. I've got a whole rack of small tools and things I've outgrown and things I need to sell off over there in the corner somewhere. That is just, it's just growing and growing, and I need to do a big old, I don't know, garage sale or something. Just sell it all. It's funny, I'm broke and I'm sitting on tools that I can't be bothered selling. So dumb. Well, not broke, but not as comfortable as I'd like to be. Ugh. Yeah, orange MDF. Where have you been all my life? Good Lord. I'm freaking exhausted. I wonder if that's me being horribly out of shape or if that's the Mets in my lungs. I guess we'll find out one day. Where can these guys live? Where I'll actually find them again. They're all really thin. If I've got a strong enough magnet, they'll just stick to the wall. Yes! Is that gonna work? Nope. Dang. I should probably stop making jokes about my cancer, huh? Probably weirds people out. I'm okay with it, to be honest. All right, you can go there. I need a little tiny gap in something, maybe. Gap. That came out weird. Gap. I sound like I tell time by the clack on the wow. Hooray, magnets. Fantastic. I'm okay with that. What is that? Oh, we're over an hour already. Holy crap. I need to give the cockatoos outside my workshop diabetes. What? I believe that's how you beat cancer, by laughing at it. Yeah, thanks, Chris. I try to, you know. I love laughing at terrible advice about it. That's kind of fun. I had an Uber driver once tell me I don't need to do any of my chemo. I just need to do more yoga. It was so hard not to laugh in his face and just tell him to get fucked. It was funny. I was like, okay, thanks, bud. Yep. Good advice, big shoots. Hey, speaking of which, big shoots. Did you guys watch Letterkenny? The show Letterkenny? It's a Canadian show, but holy crap, it's brilliant. I think it's on SBS here. Oh, I was watching a bunch of outtakes from it, or a bunch the cold opens from the second season of it yesterday, and I was just like, these guys are brilliant. This is so funny. But yeah, check it out. It's fantastic. Letterkenny, spelt just the same as the town in Ireland. Ireland. Look at that, more scrapers. Why the hell do I keep buying the most random shit? Look at that, another day, another Timpicon receipt. Boop-a-doop, boop. Hey, you guys liking that that panel in my ceiling? Lets in all the light. Fucks with the white balance of my videos. Isn't it pretty? Didn't I have a drawer full of receipts somewhere at some point? Oh my god, some of these are sold, it doesn't matter. I probably just throw them all out anyway. Fuck them. What are they gonna do? Audit me? So my taxes are getting so bad and so stupid now that it would probably be beneficial to get an audit. It'd probably help. Tell me exactly where the hell I am. Do I need any of this? Yeah, that's all at least a couple years old. Fantastic. It's another random company that I really like. These guys, Richmond Rolling Solutions. Casters and conveyor rollers and nuts and bolts and all kinds of cool shit. All the way from like industrial roller systems to like pallet wrappers to all the way down to tiny little casters. These guys are fantastic. And I'm throwing out their catalog because, you know, websites exist. Why the hell do you have a catalog? Why did you put it in my bag? Where the hell did this come from? Wait. Ah, crap. Don't you love when you try and clean stuff and just end up trashing the place even more? That works for me. Oh, yeah. Something random I just found. Whole bunch of these old school drawer pulls and really, really cheap stamped garbage ones at that. What the hell did I buy these for? Tell me you're neuro spicy without telling me you're neuro spicy. Another thing I should probably stop doing, blaming everything on my brain. I mean, that's where everything is, but stop blaming everything on the ADHD. Just be like, no, you're a mess. It's okay. You know what? I need to move this drawer down there, I think. Paint rollers. Cool. That's a glue roller that goes in the stuck shelf. production bucket. Wigan, doing great. What the hell is this? Okay. I think that's part of my line trimmer. Ooh, a lighter. Hey, it's not a dead lighter. Ow! Damn it! That was a razor blade. Fucking idiot. Jesus, who does that? Okay. That was fucking dumb. Do. Where's my damn duct tape? Idiot. Stuck my hand in a bucket and found a razor blade. So now I've got some shop towel here, and I'm looking for my Band-Aids. They're in the first aid kit, that makes sense. Nothing says fun like a Band-Aid in the middle of the palm of your hand. That's not gonna stay. Whatever, it only has to stay long enough for the blood to stop running, I guess. Give me that Band-Aid, you son of a bitch. It's a miracle I haven't seriously injured myself working out here sometimes. It's so easy to do. We all have friends who are missing fingers and stuff, right? Yeah, man, absolutely. Take her easy, Chris. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Tis but a scratch. I should actually probably get going too. Poor Steph's wrangling the monkeys all by herself. They're probably driving her crazy. But whatever. Fuck it. I'll be that dad. Life goals. That's funny. It'd be fun to set up a counter for every single time I laugh at something that I say and then follow it directly with, haha, that's funny. I bet you it's at least 15 times so far in this video alone. Stream, live stream, video, whatever. I think I'd prefer the ability to edit over live streams. But whatever. Tape, sticker. The hell did I buy that for? Good Lord. So bad for that. Just constantly like, that looks neat. Buying something. The f was that for? Oh, yeah. Hey! Yeah, I know it is vertical. I was trying to do it horizontal, and I forgot to lock it in the right way before I started because I'm really shit at this. Hi, how are you, James? Ladies and gentlemen, Daddy Finger is in the room. Anybody want to sing the song now that it's in their head? Go right ahead. I can't hear you. And also, James, I'm sorry. I will stop making the Daddy Finger jokes one day. I promise. But today's not that day. Pack of gloves. Sweet. You guys know these black nitrile gloves? Does anybody else call them murder gloves, or is that just me? Yep. So, James, just to get you caught up, I'm cleaning my shop and ignoring the feed for the most part, and mostly just talking to myself. And cut my hand a little bit. What else he's doing? Everything. Also, quick recap, James. I've been finding random extraction components everywhere. That's been kind of the overarching theme of this one, I think. Yeah, fun times. Packing up the toolkit, first aid kit. Monkey's PPE. You know what? I think that might be about as much as I can get done in here today. Short of, you know, blowing things out and sweeping the floor, I guess. But who can be bothered doing that shit? Shopping in D&D. Catch the replay soon. All right, have fun. Take it easy. Other James. Base James. It's all good. Lives should be self-talk. Blah blah blah. Cool. Yeah, I think I am gonna call it there, fellas. I think it's mostly dudes in here. I'm not actually sure how to check that, but ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children and all Asians, I'm gonna get going, and I will see you guys next week, if not sooner. Yeah. So the next couple things coming up. Next couple days are gonna be fun. Tomorrow, I have to shave off all the body hair from places where all of the cancer shit's going to be taped down. And then that ought to be fun. And Monday, I'm back in the chair. So, fun times. See you guys later. How the hell do I turn this thing off? Here's me being a really old man. How do I turn off this damn contraption? Is it this X? Does that do it? Let's find out. See you guys. Bye.